Hello students, how are you all? This is Sarah Khan and now we are at lesson 4 of unit 5, my bedroom. Remember in lesson 2 we learned about the words this, that, these and those. Well, in this lesson we are going to use these words when we are asked questions about someone else. So let's see how that is going to play out. So imagine that you have a a bottle that is very near to you, and then somebody comes and asks you whose bottle is this. So first of all, is the bottle near to you or far from you? They have used the word this. So it means the bottle is close to you. Now, how do you answer this question? Whose bottle is this? You could say it's Sarah's. So you can see this apostrophe s that we have used right here shows that the object belongs to Sarah. You could also say the bottle belongs to Sarah, but that is a very long sentence. So in short form, you could say it's Sarah's. So let's practice this further. The next question I'm going to ask you is, whose book is this? So imagine you have a book that's near to you, it's right in front of you, and somebody asks you, how are you going to answer it? You could say it's Farid's or it's Anas's book, right? Because it's near to you and it's just one book that belongs to the person that you know, right? And then another question that is there is, whose copies are those? Now the copies we are talking about here are lot in number, right? There are more, and then they are also very far from you. Maybe they are at the back of the classroom on the shelf, and the teacher comes and asks you, so how are you going to answer this question? You could say they are Saad's. It means that those copies belong to Saad, and in short you could say they are Saad's, right? And then whose bag is that? Now you have a bag that is quite at a distance from you, right? And again a person asks you whose bag is that, and you know the answer, right? You know whose bag that is, so you're just going to say that's Saad's. That means that bag belongs to Saad. In short, that's Saad's. And finally, the question is, whose pencils are these? Now, there are lots of pencils that are right in front of you. And how are you going to answer this question now? You could say they are Sarah's again, maybe, right? So there are lots of pencils, and you are just responding to this question as they are Sarah's. I hope you understood how to answer these questions, right? If not, we're going to practice this a lot in the slides to come. So let's move on. So I'm going to say these questions and their answers, and I want you to repeat them after me. Okay, let's begin. Whose socks are these? They are Fred's. Whose hat is this? It's May's. Remember, socks are plural, right? This is not just one sock. There are lots of socks, right? This is why they've used the word these and they. And the hat is just one hat. This is only one hat. This is why they've used the word this and it. So you have to remember the use of singular, plural, as well as the use of this, that, these, and those. So let's repeat. Whose socks are these? They are Fred's. Whose hat is this? It's May's. Here we have an exercise to practice this further. As you can see, there are pictures of two bedrooms of two different people, right? First we have May. I'm going to highlight it. As you can see, this is May's room and then this is Fred's room, right? And you can see there are many things in their bedroom, and then some of the things are outside the picture right here, right? And they belong to them. So I'm going to ask you questions one by one, and I'll pause, and I hope that you'll answer those questions after I've asked them. Okay, so let's start. Whose hat is this? Where can you see it? In whose room? I'm going to answer the first one for you, right? So this hat is right here. So you can say it's May's, right? The second question, whose socks are these? Can you look and answer? Then, whose chair is this? Whose clock is this? Whose cupboard is this? Whose shoes are these? Whose toy is this? Whose bat is this? And finally, whose rug is this? I hope you answered all of these questions easily. If not, we'll keep practicing. Here is another exercise for you to practice this further. Under this video, you will see 4 questions and then 4 answers, and you just have to match them. The first question is, whose boots are these? So the options are, yes they are, no it's not Jane's, it's mine, they are mine, it's mine. So what do you think the answer is? Second question is, whose pen is this? The third question is, whose bike is this? Is it Jane's? Number 4, whose red socks are these? Are they yours? You just have to simply match the questions with their answers under this video on Adbox. Good luck! Here is another exercise. It's very simple. You can see there are 3 boys in the picture, Bob, Pete and Dave, right? And there are 3 questions and you just have to look closely at the things they are wearing and then answer these questions. Whose cap is this? So the cap right here, who do you think it belongs to? You could answer it's Bob's, it's Pete's, it's Dave's, right? It depends on if you identify it correctly, right? And the second question is, whose shoes are these? Who is wearing these shoes? Can you see? And the final question is, whose jumper is this? Jumper means sweater, by the way. So here it is, 3 questions, and then you just have to write their answers under this video. Alright, so this is the end of lesson 4, and I'm going to see you soon in lesson 5 soon enough. Till then, goodbye.